there are some things that wealth has done. It has relieved some, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. I've come to like really...
See, and I think that's something for people to aspire to while they're in...
It's just a number. Like, no one was there to celebrate with me. Like...
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the connection between an abundance of wealth and happiness. Do they correlate? I mean, in my experience, yes and no. But what do you have to say about that?
And now that I'm in a place where I've got more abundance than I ever have, I look back and I think, okay, there are some things that wealth has done. It has relieved some stress. It has relieved some overwhelm. But at the same time, I still experience stress and overwhelm. So it hasn't solved it. I guess it's traded one type of stress for another. I don't have the financial stress, but now I've got a big team that I manage, and I've got a lot of things, and sometimes I'm exhausted, and I still gotta show up, type of things. Where happiness really comes from, for me, is family, health. When I feel right, my relationships with my family are good. When I feel good about my health, I love nature. I love getting out and hiking, mountain biking. When I have a life that's including those things, I find that I'm happy. So let's tie back in the finances. If I'm strapped financially and I don't have time to get outdoors and I don't have time to spend with family, then that's rough. But did I have to have that? Maybe I lived in too big of a house. So
it's not an automatic. It's not sign the dotted line, you're now wealthy, hello, happiness. The same issues and challenges that you had the day before, except for security, still exists. I mean, it's not an automatic...
What I've come to learn, and it's taken me a while, because I've heard this, it's not about the destination, it's the journey. I've come to like really internalize that, because there's been dollar amounts. I mean, I had my eyes set on a six-figure income. Like, when I'm a six-figure earner, I'm gonna be happy. It's kind of what I believe.
Someday I'll be happy. Yeah, right.
And in recent years, I've crossed the seven-figure threshold, and it's like, it's just a number. Like, no one was there to celebrate with me. Like, I guess that isn't, but as I've looked back, like, okay, where has my happiness come from? I love this pursuit of like creation and innovation. Like, for me, maybe everyone's not like this, but for me, I love that. I love creating something, innovating something, and seeing like, this is really successful regardless of, I mean, having that dollar amount, that figure next to it is like, it's kind of like a verification or validation that, okay, it works. It's working. That's really where the happiness comes from, is like, I've created something that works. Like, when I think about Noel Randall and the success that... Exactly. Yeah. Go watch the channel if you haven't seen Noel Randall.
She can fake that. Yeah, it's good.
To think about who she is, everything that she created before we met, and what I've been able to help and add to it. Like, her business has grown exponentially, bigger than... And it's just like, that is awesome. That provides me a lot of fulfillment.
So let's say there's somebody watching, or somebody you know of that's right on the brink of, I know it's not an overnight thing, but I mean, if they do things right, sometimes the wealth can come pretty quickly. I mean, so what advice would you give them to sort of be prepared for that wealth and to be happy with it? Because if they're looking at it as, this is the recipe for happiness, $1 million in my hand, what would you say, what ducks would you want them to have in a row before that hits?
Really, to understand that when you cross that line, nothing happens. Nothing at all happens.
Yeah, right. No, I know what you mean. It literally, you don't grow more hair all of a sudden. You don't all of a sudden become a fantastic person. You're not all of a sudden better than anyone else.
Well, I'll be vulnerable, okay? Like, growing up, I was kind of the bullied kid, and teenage years into my adult life, I really sought for other people's approval. And subconsciously, maybe, one thing that I kind of thought is, when I get to that level, man, are people going to come out of the woodwork and appreciate me? They're going to admire me, and it's like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. There was no party. Streamers didn't come down. There wasn't the Nate did it, you know.
I know that sound. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's not like you won on Family Feud or whatever, and you're instantly, everything's going to go your way now. Yeah, they've all grown up and have become adults too, and they've grown past the petty bullying and picking on, and it was just childlike stuff, you know.
But as I look back, like, I feel I'm pretty happy. I have a great relationship with my wife, wonderful relationship with my kids. I have a successful business. The thing that's been the biggest hindrance to me actually being happy is kind of an addiction to productivity. Like feeling like, because I've been so productive all this time to get there, and finally, even just last summer, I've found myself feeling so much overwhelmed because there's so much more I wanted to do. Like, man, if I got to this level, how quickly can I get to 10 million? And just this feeling, this pressure, I think we've talked about, I took like 90 days that I kind of called a retirement, where I pulled back to only working 5 or 10 hours a week. That was actually some of the happiest time in my life, and I learned some great lessons in that, you know what? I don't have to be productive. I can just go for a hike, and I don't have to listen to a business audiobook while I'm hiking. Like, even when I'd go mountain biking before, I had to be productive.
That's an illness.
And like, if I'm going to play, like, this is silly, but if I'm going to play a game with my kids, it like had to be a certain type of game. It couldn't be Chutes and Ladders because that game is so pointless.
It's a waste of time. You've got to, everything has to have a learning moment or something that you're getting out of it, which is ridiculous.
It seems false logic to say I don't have to be productive. Like, it's still hard for me to swallow that I don't have to be productive in every moment. But taking those 3 months to just, you know what, I'm just going to go hiking, and I'm not.
Well, but, you know, I think there's something to that. I mean, the idea that we shouldn't be idle is one thing, but that doesn't mean that we have to be in overdrive all the time either. You know what I mean? You can be busy. You can be giving back. You can be charitable. You know, you can serve other people. You can use your time in other ways outside of just your chosen livelihood. You know what I mean? And
maybe
if you
the
had
word
a chance,
is balance.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that's something that I've struggled with. And the more that I have balance, and I get to create, and I get to innovate, I get to really strengthen relationships. There's a lot of joy that comes from relationships.
See, and I think that's something for people to aspire to while they're in the bootstrapping mode, where they have to be productive or they're not going to reach those financial goals, is that when they finally do get to that place financially or security-wise, that they're able to say, oh, now I've worked so hard, now I can afford to be more of a father or mother to my children and spend more time with them and take a few months off now and then. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to aspire to do and be, is to not be such a, 18-hour-a-day driven.
Kind of a philosophy that I've had is I've been anti the traditional retirement where you work 40 years in a job that you hate, so that then you can enjoy your life. And I've kind of gone the opposite, saying, well, you've got to become successful so that you can enjoy life now. But I've been like, for quite some time, been so focused on productivity that I still like.
You were your own task driver, basically. Yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit hypocritical, because I'm like, well, don't work in a job that you hate so you can finally enjoy your life, but yet I'm just forcing myself to be so productive anyway that I haven't been enjoying it.
Right. Yeah. No, there's probably a good balance there somewhere.
There are 3 different ways that I work with people: my course, my done-for-you service, and my inner circle, brand new this year. Okay, my course is DIY, do it yourself, but it's my complete strategy. You go through 10 weeks, 10 modules that will help you get the ball rolling and generate momentum with the exact strategy that I use on all 27 channels that I produce. My done-for-you service is what clients like Noelle Randall use, where we do all the filming, we do all the editing, the thumbnail design, the launch, we monitor the analytics, and help these channels improve month after month after month. Now, my inner circle is for 6-figure business owners that want to take their business to 7 figures and really want to scale their YouTube channel as well. You get a taste of our done-for-you service, where we just launch 1 episode per week. You're also a part of a community with other business owners that want to learn and implement this same strategy, and we have 4 quarterly retreats. Now, the studio houses where you'll be filmed, either here in Utah or in Orlando, Florida, are also big enough that that's where we're going to have our quarterly retreats. If you're ready for a strategy session with me to discuss whether my course, the Inner Circle, or my Done For You service is a fit for you, then go to my website, BeTheHeroStudios.com. I'll link to it below, and anywhere on that page, click Learn More, and I'll chat with you then. Like, for a while, I've had difficulty with coupons, and now it's like...
Didn't you even not take them to restaurants?
It's like, what? I'm only going to pay
It's my
$6.
birthday, yeah. I get everything free.
Long story short, they charged me an extra $3,000, and I didn't notice.